We're at the homestead in Carmel, California. This is where I grew up, born and raised in Carmel. This is incredible. My first inspiration for my program started when I saw my grandparents. And for the first time, they were my age at the time. I was 5, they were 58. I hadn't seen them. This is the first time I really could cognitively talk to them and see who they were.
Right.
But I didn't realize that something had happened to them where they were old. They looked old to me, and I couldn't understand what it was about. I didn't know. My mom was telling me it was part of life, and I refused to listen to this, and I couldn't buy into that. Still don't. It's still the driving force of my program. That I wanted to know the reasons for aging, what was happening to people. Was it their lifestyle? Was it their food? Was it their fitness? It was something that was causing this, and I wanted to get to the bottom of it. So with the rest of the world, this is my life quest.
Jimmy the Great. Why do they call you Jimmy the Great?
Jimmy the Great wants to make you great, and that's how I want to make America strong again. What in the world is going on with our current dire health situation? This trend has to be reversed, and this is exactly what my whole mission is about. My whole lifestyle, my whole program is to reverse this terrible epidemic. I have figured out exactly how much to a T a dynamic exercise and diet prescription that's tailor-made for every individual, no matter what the age.
With the ultimate goal, as we've talked about, of not aging in the first place. Feeling good today, but also not aging, right?
Yes.
And so if you're 25, you're probably not thinking about that as much, but 25 is a good time to start by doing this program so you don't age.
Correct.
Or if you're 77, as some people are known to be, you're not too late.
No.
You still have a chance.
You still have a chance because this unique program has many different levels that you can start with. Fresh off the couch, you'd never exercised at all, or you're a veteran exerciser with tons of injuries, and everybody in between, this program is tailored for them. And like you said, there's so many different opinions about this diet. One day it's high fat, one day it's low fat, high protein, low protein. We don't know what's going on with our diets.
Well, we've had great success with low carb, right?
Yes.
So is yours akin to a low carb diet?
What kind of carbs is what we're talking about, because what they don't know is there's a full spectrum of carbs, all from good carbs to bad carbs. Instead of the typical meat and wheat diet that Americans are eating now, we're going to switch to a low protein but high fat and medium carb diet. That would be consisting of all the vegetables, because those are the best carbohydrates. Those are our friends, yes.
Okay.
And especially when you're combining these superfoods together, they have the optimal effect. They have more nutritional value because they're working together. For example, carrots. You don't eat carrots on their own because they're high in the glycemic level. So when you mix them with potatoes and broccoli and high oils, the right kind of oils and protein, then everything works better synergistic together as one. Wheat is not our friend. In fact, studies show that when we started eating wheat, that's when all the problems developed. Obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure. Wow, from wheat.
Can I have whole wheat bread?
It's a little better. Yeah, it's still wheat. Sprouted wheats are very good for you because they weren't baked.
Right. Can you buy that at the store?
Yes, Whole Foods though.
Why
Whole
are they
Foods.
good for you? Tell me that again.
Because the process of baking the breads and stripping the holes down is what makes it too refined. Refined is not good because it stays in your body for long periods of time and it's hard to break down and it raises your blood pressure levels. Early in our stage of development with our diets, we were told that high-fat diets were bad for you. Whoa, and now all of a sudden, high-fat diets are good for you. So that's getting confusing, isn't it? So over time, they figure out that when you add fat to your diet, it slows down the production of sugars. We know they are not good for us. but we are totally addicted to salt, sugar, and saturated fat. What my diet's gonna do is regulate the blood sugar levels so they're even. We wanna regulate all these systems and not deprive them. We don't want the blood sugar level to go down or go up. We're not going on a fast. We're going on a diet that's going to regulate. That's different. This is the new interpretation. They are weekday foods. You have the weekday foods and diet and the weekend. So it's completely different. And then you have special occasions like 4th of July food, Thanksgiving, and all the holidays are a different type of food where you can party.
So moderation is a good one.
Moderation.
So you're not going to kill yourself by having an Oreo cookie as you.
Oh no! In fact, Oreo cookies are good for you because they stimulate these endorphins, and that's why everything is on this diet. It's just the amount that we're looking at. How you plate your food, how much protein, carbs, and fat are on this plate are very critical. It's very critical to eat not only steamed vegetables, but raw vegetables too.
Right, you were telling me about a go-with-you salad the other day of cucumbers, celery, carrots, and apples.
Yes.
You chop those up and take it with you.
Yes, in fact, I took it with me today in my car because if I have an episode with low blood sugar, which causes road rage,
yes,
it stops that in its tracks. When our blood sugar level starts dropping, we're in survival mode. We're going back in evolution. Our limbic system is kicking in saying, I need to go hunt. I'm defensive now. I'm worried, I'm scared. And that's from evolution. And then when our blood sugar level is even, that never happens. It's so critical to reverse this trend of diabetes. There's pre-diabetes too now, is that when you're coming up to it, and that's caused from fluctuations in your blood sugar levels. It dropping too low and going too high. Go too high means you're eating too much wheat and things that are driving it high. Making it go low is things like starving yourself and going hungry for too long a period, especially more than 3 or 4 hours. Your body needs another meal to regulate the blood sugar levels. And that's how you keep your mood even and you're all happy. All the cells of your body are happy at that point. 3 meals a day means you're gonna eat 3 big meals a day. It's super critical, the amount that you're eating. That the leptin, see, that's one thing about the vegetable diet. The leptin in your brain, it's like that mechanism when you're filling up your gas tank and it turns off when it's full. That doesn't happen with us if we are not eating the right foods. The leptin does not kick in, so we're still hungry for those potato chips and that processed food. And I'll tell you, that's all on the diet too. So the vegetables, they regulate everything in your body. So when you eat these meals, you can have a piece of bacon, see? After you've adjusted your pH level and your blood sugar level and cholesterol level, you can have a piece of bacon. Because bacon, everybody loves bacon, I know this.
Yeah.
So bacon's on it. You can have your cake and steak too, and your bacon, and all your fun foods, and all of our celebratory foods, because they're very important to our society.
You can have fried chicken if you have something, a vegetable that went with it. Or
The
something.
superfoods combo, when you mix the superfoods together and you have this, the chicken is so good. Superfoods are our most important foods. Cucumbers, celery, broccoli, Brussels sprouts. And guess what? I didn't even like Brussels sprouts. Isn't that crazy? And now it's one of my favorite superfoods when I combine them together with other vegetables. They have a party, and that party is the most nutritious for the least amount of money.
So you've been working, we get off to this a little bit, but you've been working all your life to know this stuff on your own. It's not like you read this stuff, you learned this stuff.
Yes.
I mean, since you were like 9 years old.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I did.
And so it's not like you got this from on high or anything. You actually experimented with all of this stuff. You learned how all of this was interaction. and developed this on your own.
Yes.
This isn't copied from somewhere else.
No, it's all by myself, doing food experiments by myself to see what saturated fat does. How much? If you eat a bag of chips, what does that feel like? Instead of a few chips, what exactly is going on? So all of this experimentation led me to the perfect diet, the
Right.
balanced diet that
Right.
that I feel is the one that turns around the trend of our current health crisis.
Do you have some questions for Jimmy?
Yeah,
that
well, I was just gonna say it's like, okay, we have an occasion with that cake coming up that's traditional, you know, that you have. And yes, you could say no to the cake, but how would I eat the day before or that day in order to make the cake not matter so much?
Hmm.
Is there such a thing?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It's just to easily incorporate 1 or even 2 meals of my superfood recipes. And what that does, it regulates your blood sugar level and makes you alkaline, so you're not acidic, so you're alkalized. So then that piece of cake is so good. It is wonderful. It works with your body because your body's ready for it. And the cake, it's like sugar on top. It's the treat.
Right.
And it's the amount of cake that you're going to have too, which is a lot smaller, the proportion of the cake, than you're used to. It's not a whole big piece of cake. So the effects of the cake are detrimental when we don't have the superfood in there to meet it. We need that in there to meet the cake. Hi, cake. How you doing? Oh, I'm Superfood Jimmy in here, and I'm really enjoying that cake.
Right.
I'm really enjoying that Oreo cookie, the Fritos, and all the other little goodies that I love. I'm not going to stop. This program started veering me away from cake and bacon and all the things I used to eat. Because again, I was a big meat and wheat eater coming from an Italian family. It was all pasta, garlic bread, and meat. Meatballs. It was a Caesar salad, which has hardly any nutritional value.
Wow.
And so my salads, I started super combining things into the salad to make them more nutritionally high in nutrition.
Right, so lettuce is not necessarily a superfood.
No, it's not lettuce. Lettuce is like an additive, and it's part of it. But gosh, all these other foods are so powerful. It is amazing when you combine them together. Oh, it's so incredible when you put super oils like olive oil and flaxseed oil with vinegar. You have a powerful combination here that's actually breaking the lettuce down a little bit so it's more friendly in your body. And the vinegar, it's been proven to alkalize your system, getting rid of acids. And not only vinegar too, but salad dressings now are very good for you, especially high fat ones that are made with olive oil. And you wouldn't believe how fast I go through a bottle of olive oil. If you switch to olive oil, you can have as much as you want.
But what about the calories? So we're not counting calories?
Yeah, these calories, no, these are different calories. These are the good fats. This is mono and poly unsaturated. They're not saturated.
Gotcha.
Wow, what a difference. You know what the big difference in saturated fats are? Mm-hmm. The bonds are really different. In unsaturated fat, they're straight. In saturated, the bonds are crooked, so they can catch on your arteries. They can take a hold. But when you have the superfood working in your arteries too, they can't take a hold of it like they did before.
Right.
So again, you're not going to eliminate all your favorite foods. No. Oh no.
Right.
Oh no, because on my diet, there's no boot camp workouts and there's no deprivation diets.
If I want to get your program, you will outline for me a basic general suggested, here's what you should be having for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or 5 hours, or what you should be eating throughout the day.
Yes.
You
yes.
can provide that.
It's
for me.
completely all calculated, meal by meal. What you should be eating in every meal is important.
Right.
Not just breakfast, but every meal is. But breakfast is different for me on this diet.
Tell me more about
It's
breakfast.
big time different because it's mostly protein in the morning.
Right.
High protein with fruit. An incredible part of the diet, how it energizes you because the nutrients are responsible for waking you up and energizing you too.
Bacon.
Bacon has lots of saturated fat, but in small amounts, it's just fine.
Right.
So this ideal breakfast is an egg yolk, 2 egg whites with 1 piece of sausage and like 1 banana or a piece of fruit.
Right. What about fruit?
Fruit.
We didn't talk about
Yeah,
that.
we haven't talked about fruit. Now, fruit and protein are overrated, meaning they are abused. They are consumed too much. Because fruit, right, is high on the glycemic level, and fruit doesn't have the fiber. Fruit doesn't have all those extraordinary things that the vegetables have. So fruit is a treat too. So the idea too is to combine all these foods together though. The fruit, the protein, and the carbs. What amount are we looking at here?
All right.
Is that we're eating a lot of fruit. No, we should eat a small amount of fruit, a big piece of protein though in the morning. Protein is going to give us the energy and stay away from wheat. So there's no wheat in the morning at all.
Yeah.
There's no pancakes. There's in the morning.
No toast.
No, well, sourdough toast maybe.
Not
Sourdough
bad.
is the best bread you could have. It's the best kind of wheat.
Why is that?
The way it's made, that sourdough has a different kind of breakdown period in the body. So it doesn't break down like normal white bread does. It's slower. So that it doesn't make the blood sugar level rise up so fast. So it keeps it nice and steady.
And so what your diet does that I've never seen anybody do before is pays strict attention to how you combine foods together.
Yes,
That's really the essence.
that is the ultimate essence of superfood combinations, giving you the most nutritious food you possibly can eat at one time.
Don't eat carrots unless you,
Eat other foods with them.
celery or whatever.
And high fat with the carrots.
Right.
That's critical into slowing down
Right.
this glycemic level.
So it's
sugar.
you could call it Jimmy the Great's combo diet,
Yes,
really.
yes,
'Cause
yes.
everything has to be taken into consideration with what else you're eating at the same time.
Yes.
That's really the basics of it.
It's the basics of it.
Wow.
And always, you're always combining things together
Right.
to have a synergistic effect, which is more fantastic. It's more extraordinary. It's more incredible. And for the first time, I felt awake by food instead of sleepy, instead of drowsy. Why was I falling asleep at work? Wheat makes you fall asleep because it drives up the high blood sugar level, and a quick drop leaves you with no energy.
That sandwich at lunch.
Yeah. We eat sandwiches. We depend on wheat so much.
Right.
And of course it makes sense too. And the whole population has grown because of wheat. Because it's so easy to transport, it's so easy to store, it has a long shelf life, and that's exactly why.
Right.
And wow, do you think we should be eating 6 to 10 servings of wheat products a day?
Everybody has a sandwich for lunch.
And I was there too.
Yeah.
I was
now
a-
you're back to work and you're going,
Yeah.
better have a cappuccino here to get me back to
Yes,
business.
I had to drink coffee constantly
Right.
when I was on the American diet.
So everybody's got a book or something, and so tell me how much this costs.
Absolutely nothing. The cost of your food, which is in this diet, is inexpensive because it's low protein and low fruit. Those two things are what costs so much money, is the meat and the fruit.
Right.
A lot of money, and a lot of times you're throwing the fruit away.
But you're doing this, why are you doing this? Why are you sharing this?
This, because it's so important for me to reverse this trend of all the epidemics of diseases that we're facing today. And as far as studies go, it's only getting worse and worse. And we're not doing anything to reverse this trend. We should be doing everything. Our scientists, our doctors, they have a gimmick at the end of what they're telling you, they want you to buy supplements. They're not telling you how to regulate all your systems easily, effectively, and safely.
Right, so you're doing this because you wanted to change the world.
Yes, because I'm so compassionate about people, and we deserve the golden years. Yeah, the workshops are going to be online,
Right.
and it's all free information to arm you with the best knowledge so you can be your own healthcare provider,
Right.
be your own doctor.
Right.
Wow, I know that's crazy, but I've taken this into my own hands. Like I said, because we're not reversing the trend. We're not doing anything. We're sitting around, and the next doctor has made, Dr. So-and-so has made a fortune off of his supplements. And those supplements aren't gonna teach you how to eat right, how to handle your precious one-of-a-kind body, how to renew it, how to energize it, and how to keep it maintained, this little 5-year-old boy, for the rest of your life. He came knocking on my door, my little 5-year-old self, after you came into my life and said, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" So this program retains your youth. You go back to your childhood. And it's so incredible that all these feelings, now that you're an adult, now you can really interpret the beauty of what this program really can do. Wow. I'm Jimmy the C, and I want to take you to your destiny, because nothing's more important to me than your health and well-being, and you living the life that you deserve.